Good morning. It's great to be here. I'm an optimistic person, and I'm really optimistic. And I'm optimistic because what this gentleman to my right has done, and the 100 different front office people we brought in. We have one of the largest staffs in the front office of anyone in baseball. We're bringing incredible skill sets to the organization that haven't here before. We made a significant investment not only in the front office staff, in technology. We've also done a tremendous amount to improve the ability of the players to perform. We're knocking this place down. I delayed it a year as an organization to get it right. We're putting a tremendous amount of resources in Loan Depot. You haven't seen any of this. We're going to have the second biggest actually weight training facility in all of baseball for our players. Our training doesn't stop at the major league level. We've added levels into the organization that we've never had before. So I'm really optimistic about what's going on here. And we just got through talking to the players, and I could feel the vibe, okay? Everybody in there is competing for a position. And we're going to have an exciting team. We're going to have a faster team. We're going to have a better defensive team. And Peter will have a couple of comments, and we'll take your questions.
Yeah, thank you, Bruce. I'll echo all that. The vibes, the energy, the feeling of optimism here is really palpable. We've got a fantastic coaching staff in place. We've really invested in technology, invested in different roles, invested in the things that we need to build the foundation of this organization. This foundation is imperative for us to have the kind of success year over year that we know we can get to, that we know every fan wants. The foundation is a really key part. And here today in this spring training, we're already starting to see the dividends of that. I can't wait for that to show up on the field. I can't wait for that to show up for the fans. It will show up in the form of our players getting better. It will show up in the form of us having better players. And ultimately, it's going to show up in the form of winning games. And that's what this is all about. It's winning games. It's winning as many games as we possibly can for as long as we possibly can.
We'll start with questions. Christina from .com.
What was the message to the players and maybe the coaching staff, whoever was in the meeting?
My message was, you've seen the investment in people we've made. You've seen the investment in facilities we have made, whether it's Dominican, whether it's what's going to happen here. It's exceeded what other major league clubs have made in investments. And I wanted the players to understand that. And the message is, we're here to make them better. At the end of the day, sponsorships, tickets, and everything is incredibly important. But we're going to engage our fans by winning. We have to win. We have to be sustainable in winning. And you're the individuals and the players who are going to make that happen, not me.
And in addition to that, it's that player development continues at all levels. For every single player in this organization, we are about getting them better no matter where they are in their career. Everything that we're going to be doing is for that purpose. And then we're going to be trying different things. We are going to be trying different things to help get the most out of our players, to help win games. And ultimately, there's a lot of opportunity available, and we want these guys to step up and seize it.
Yeah, guys, you mentioned engaging fans and everything you guys have done, basically a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. For fans who may not look particularly at that, just your message to them about what you guys have built and what you hope that parlays into, even when their main folks probably looking at the roster, looking at the payroll, et cetera, et cetera.
Everybody wants you to sign every free agent that's available. We understand that. And we have signed free agents. We've signed, not the big name free agents, but we've signed Betty free agents. Cal was signed. We signed a lot of minor league free agents. We have done more trades than almost any club in baseball. We have an incredible crew of young talent that's going to emerge from multiple years. We're really, really excited about that. I think if you take the time to look, get to know our organization, get to watch the players, and get to see how we continue to develop on the field, we're going to create the fans that I want, that Peter wants, that all of you want. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen going forward.
You keep talking about player development and young players. What type of veteran leadership does this team need, and do you think there's enough right now?
Yeah, we have a lot of different styles of leadership. There can be leaders because of experience. There can be leaders because of work ethic, drive. There's a lot of different ways to lead, and we have several different styles of that. A lot of the leadership also comes from our coaching staff, demonstrating this is what it means to go about your work in the right way. But that's another area where we have space available to see who's going to step up and be that leader, to see who's going to step up and show everybody else this is how it's done, to hold people accountable, that's something that I think every group needs to develop for itself.
Bruce, you've talked so much about the long term and the plan moving forward, but in the short term, while teams are out there spending so much money to win now, how does this team win now? How do you tell the fans, hey, this team can be competitive and actually win games as opposed to thinking the long term picture?
I think we're going to win a lot of games, a lot more games than you think we're going to win this year. Okay? I'm excited about it. There's going to be more hustle, more speed, more defense than we've seen over the last few years. And I want the fans to get to know the players. I want them to give them the opportunity. There's going to be all-stars. I think we're going to have the best opening game matchup, pitching staff, Paul Skeens against Sandy in all of baseball. I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about what these guys can show. I don't think it's one player. This is a team game. There are 70 people in there, 40 on the 40-man roster, obviously, and 26 are going to be in the dugout. Peter and the entire staff are developing these players at a level I haven't seen in my 7 years here.
Bruce, how would a successful season look to you?
I'm excited about the season. I don't care about, I obviously know what all the win-loss projections are. I understand the numbers. I know we're in the National League East. If you had the opportunity to see Clayton's speech, Clayton knows what winning is about. He gave the most inspiring speech I've seen in all my years as an owner of this club. And it was terrific, and it was embraced by all the players. They have an opportunity to show what they can do. And some of these players you're going to see, and effectively, by the way, I know you're going to talk about, the 24 season, 23 were in the playoffs. It was the same team, basically, in 24 with a lot of pitching injuries, okay? It's different now. I'm very excited about where we're headed. I think we have two players who were 30 years old, and they both turned 30 on the 40-man roster. I'm excited about that.
Can you talk about Connor Norby and his transition to third base and kind of how that speaks to his adaptability as a player?
Yeah, Connor is somebody who has the tools to be a really good defensive player. I think he knows that. He also doesn't have much experience at third base, and it's daunting to change positions in the major leagues. He has taken to it. He is working hard at it. He is requesting extra work before the game, after the game, because that's the kind of person he is. He's got that grinder mentality. He's got that mentality that he's going to show everybody that he can go out there and be an excellent third baseman. And there's plenty of opportunity for him. If he's able to do that, I think the bat is really going to play. I think he can be an all-star, and I think he's going to show that he can make those improvements defensively.
You get a full season of Sandy hopefully back. There is a narrative, though, that Sandy might be part of the process of building and be moved at some point. What do you say to that, and the possibility of Sandy getting moved based on his contract and obviously his talent?
Yeah, it's something that we can't really comment on what might happen in the future. Sandy is here right now. Sandy looks as good as I think he's ever looked in his career. He was sitting 98 miles an hour in a side session out on the field, looking like he was just playing catch. That's uncommon. That's unusual. But really, the even more unusual thing is the degree to which Sandy is that leader. He is the leader that everyone else looks to, and he is helping set the tone. So I'm thrilled that he's here. I'm thrilled him against Paul Skeens on opening day is going to be a really fun matchup.
Bruce, for you, is that something you would, when you talk about Peter, about the baseball moves, obviously, Sandy's a big part of this franchise. He's been here. He wants to be here. Is there any way you could just say commit to him, or is that just something
Sandy's on a contract. I was the one who extended him. He's one of the better deals we did. We all could talk about some of the deals that weren't the right kind of deals. And I'm going to rely on the front office for all those decisions. But Sandy's our franchise right now. We get it.